Good afternoon, y'all. Everybody got sound? I know, super weird. This is the second week in a row, okay? I don't like it. I don't like it. I hope everybody is having a good Sunday. If you are seeing if you're seeing my face, you're obviously seeing my face for a reason, okay? So I'm going to go back in time a little bit, all right? Danny on that live had a seizure. All right. And I'm going to tell you how I know this. When Danny got to the first facility, okay. Also, let me preface this. Let me back up a second. Let me preface this by saying, I don't care who it is. I'm going to tell the truth. Yeah, I understand that Danny has not had the best track record in the last couple of years. Okay. But what I know to be true is what I'm about to say. All right. So Danny goes to the hospital. All right. When Danny got to the hospital, I have never spoken to Danny before. All right. Now, if you are one of the people that happen to talk to me privately, regularly, you know that when things like that come up, right, it winds up in my hands. Okay. I sent Danny a message and I told her, "Are you okay?" And that was that. I appreciate you, Teach. I sent her my phone number. All right. She called me. When she called me, okay, number one, she was not clear. Not only did she was experiencing some postictal phase, on top of that, they had administered IV Keppra. All right. So she was not very clear, if you catch my drift. All right. While I was talking to her, all right, this is the important part. All right. While I was talking to her, there were medical professionals in the room. Danny did not understand what they were saying to her. So I was talking to them and then trying to explain it to Danny. All right. Now, the medical professionals are not going to lie. All right. They are not going to lie. They're going to say, I'm on the phone, right? On speakerphone. They're going to say, can I talk to her? And Danny's going to say yes. And they're going to talk to me. All right. They're not going to lie for her. I'm not going to lie for her. Okay. Now, does that mean that I think that there should be all sorts of money exchange? No. However, but okay, my sweet boy, her medical documentation says seizure. I'm here to tell you that the discharge papers, since we're getting distracted, all right? Let me go back and it'll all come out, okay? While I'm on the phone with Danny and I'm speaking to the medical professionals, okay, I don't have experience with resources and situations there, all right? I ask her, can I add TFNY to this call? Okay. TFNY is there, and she is a lot more familiar with this and that and the other thing. Okay. I call TFNY. All right. The hospital didn't have a neurologist. She needed to see a neurologist. Okay. She winds up being transferred from point A to point B to a better hospital with a neurologist. Okay. I have both hospitals' discharge papers. Right? The first one says seizure, 100%. Okay. The second one says seizure-like activity. My personal opinion, this is just my opinion, okay, that the second one was where she got more testing done. She did have an MRI, all right? What I will say is in the MRI, it's not a very clear picture because she moved. So it says that moving is an issue. Understand? Okay. On top of that, I have her physician notes, all right? It is not my place to get up on here and start sharing people's medical information, but I prefer accurate information, and I will convey what I know to be fact, okay? I didn't call the hospital and speak to anybody else. I did, and they just gave me medical information. That is not what happens. I was talking to Danny, and they were giving me medical information, all right? Now, aside from that, hold on. Aside from that, on arrival, she was postictal and received IV Ativan and Keppra for acute management. That is why she was not lucid. Do you understand? So when I was talking to her, she was not clear. She was not clear. And that's partially why I was trying to get this situation taken care of, because she didn't understand what they were saying. Okay? Okay, hold on, because I don't want to. Initial CT head showed low attenuation in the left temporal horn, suggestive of acute infarction. All right. Okay. CTA head and neck revealed no acute vascular or intracranial pathology. All right. So I don't know about the second location. I only know about the first one. All right. Now, when the hospital didn't have neurology, TFMY 100% said that it was absolutely the worst place they could have taken her to. That is why the transfer was, that's not true. Let it be. That's not true. Myself and TFNY arranged that transfer. Hi, Banks. Okay. Hold on. I can prove it to you. And I am not, listen, I would get up on this app and say it if it was anybody. All right. Oh, shit. Did I just close it down? Hold on, y'all. God damn it. Way to go. Hold on, y'all. Fuck me. Sorry. I was trying to open up a screen share. I appreciate you, Jen. Hold on a second. All right. All right. I initiated this transfer. All right. You see all this? This is me making the calls. What is going on? Why do I keep losing it? I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me. What is going on here? Bear with me a second, y'all. I keep losing the window that I have StreamYard in, so just bear with me. There it is, okay? Now listen to me. Hold on, I just lost the fucking sharing. Hold on. Let me switch windows and get it on this one. That way I don't keep doing this. Bear with me a sec, y'all. Hold on. Let me switch windows. Hold on, okay? This is me arranging the transfer. All of this, okay? All of this is me arranging the transfer, okay? You could see here, this is the calls, how long I was on it. All right, now I want you to pay attention because this is going to say I'm on the phone with Danny, right? But then I added Tiffany to that call, okay? So bear with me a second. It'll show you. Let me just, I don't want to show something unintentional. Hold on a sec. All right. Bear with me a sec, y'all. Okay. Now, I don't know which one this is, so we'll just open it. Oops, shit. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I do want to say this because I think it's really important to say. All right. I never intended on discussing this stuff publicly. All right. I do things all the fucking time that people never find out about, ever. The only reason why I am here discussing this is because it has become a complete mess, all right? I can only speak on the things that I know to be fact, all right? And I have seen for myself, all right? I have all of our medical documents. I have them. It's not my job to do it. It's just not. And I think that, so here's the thing. This is true. That is partially true because she didn't want to go home without seeing the neurologist, right? So it is partially true. She lives alone. She 100% had a diagnosed seizure. Okay. I believe proof. That's what I believe. I believe proof. And I'm going to believe because I spoke to the medical professionals. I also want to be like 100% clear here. Nobody was there with her. Okay. Nobody was there with her. The person that was going to transfer her, but the ambulance wound up transferring her, is didn't get there until right before the transfer. Listen, I'm going to sit here and tell you, I agree. I think that that's strange. I agree. However, okay, and I understand that too. I am not saying that it isn't strange. I'm not saying that. You know, she didn't have to. She was on the phone with me at the time. They were rude to her. One of the nurses, I think it was a nurse, I might be wrong. She said that she, because Danny was concerned about going home without seeing a neurologist. And I think that that's a real fear for anybody if you just had a seizure. Okay. I understand that. And I think that people should really look, this is all her medical docs, y'all. This is all her medical docs. Look, all of it. I have all of it. Okay. This is all, look, DC1, DC2. And I'm not the only ones that saw this, all right? I want to be clear here. There were other people, right? This is me talking to Danny that night. It's not that I can't prove it. I don't think it's but I don't think it should be the concern, right? And this is me telling her, do you have Zenny's number? Zenny was a nurse, and she's a local. So I was asking if that would help, right? Look, I'm on hold. I'm on the phone. I'm working on it being transferred all over the place, right? This is all me telling her what's going on as I'm on the back end, trying to get the transfer done. Okay? This I could prove it, right? It's not that I can't prove it. I just don't agree with, look, here we go. This is all proof, y'all. I pulled them right before I came. Did you see neuro? Will they let me go home? Okay? They won't let me walk. I told her you shouldn't walk. And that's true. She shouldn't walk. They're doing an MRI. Now, I want people to understand, okay? You see this? This is Friday. All right? Her MRI report, hold on. Yes, I have blood work. Her MRI report is time-stamped, okay? It is time-stamped 7/10/26, 5:36 p.m. I agree. No, yeah, I'm talking about prior to, this is before. And while I was talking to her, I was trying to get somebody that was local to help because I don't know anything. You know what I mean? And I understand that. I can only speak to what I know to be fact. Does that make sense? I am not going to speculate. I'm just saying there is proof. Now, I'm going to say that, hold on, let me go back so that I get it right before I do that. Bear with me a second. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Let me go to that file. Hold on a sec. Trying to get to, this is the hospital one, DC. Hold on. I need one. No, that's hospital 2. Hold on a sec, y'all. No, I'm looking for something. New onset seizure is the discharge. That's literally the issue. Now, I want to be clear, right? Hospital 1 says seizure, okay? Hospital 2 says seizure-like because they ran more tests. She has to see the neurologist. Let me see if it's on here, if the appointment date is on here. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking for, bear with me a second, y'all. I want to make sure I have the right one. Did I not label this right? Because I uploaded in a hurry. Hospital 2 gives discharge instructions for epilepsy. Let me keep going. Okay, hold on. Y'all, these are real papers. All right. I don't want people, listen, if it was just screenshots of a my chart, I understand the concern. These are this is medical documentation. And I also want to be 100% clear here. I told her no edits or cuts. Meaning I have the entire thing, all of it. I could see it all. Blood work was done. Oh, good. I'm glad. I love that. Don't be doing that in this chat, please, and thank you. She has, hold on a second. I want to make sure that I'm reading it right. Referrals to home health, physical therapy, speech and language therapy. Okay. Scheduled appointments, July 18th. All right. Bear with me. I'm reading as I go. All right. I don't know because I wasn't involved with that. Right. I'm only speaking to things that I know to be true. That's it. I'm not getting up on here. She did see a neurologist at the hospital. I don't know where that came. It is a Saturday. It says Saturday. Right. I am only here to clear up the things that I know to be fact. There was some confusion about, well, no medical professional is going to talk to Dylan. I didn't call and ask for a medical professional. I just happened to be on the phone for it when I was talking to Danny, and she wasn't clear. Hospital, correct. Hospital number 2, having the neurologist is why she went to hospital number 2. Okay. Now, the impression of the MRI says no acute abnormality, motion artifacts, limits detailed evaluation. So she moved in the MRI machine, and that affected the results of the MRI. But she 100% had an MRI done. I agree. I agree. Listen, also, let me clear this up. All right. I agree that she shouldn't be on the internet. All right. I agree. It is a Saturday. It says Saturday, July 18th. I know. Okay. I agree. Because I'm reading the discharge instructions and it says no stress, right? And this is stress for people like them. I have tried. However, the only thing that I could do is give advice. People are going to do what they're going to do regardless, okay? I hate MRIs, so I understand, all right? I'm just here to clear up what I was involved in, okay? And because there was confusion about how medical professionals said this, blah, 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 I spoke to them because Danny gave them permission while she was on the phone with me. That's all I'm here to correct. Because this morning, and Lori, I understand that too. I won't, but I know that with my concussion, I had to limit my screen time. I agree, Lily, and I understand both. I really do understand both sides of it. I do. And I have tried to say it's not a good place for you right now, right? I love Elton. I've tried that, all right? But I sent, when I woke up to a million messages about these medical documentation, and like, if it were my chart, okay, it was not perfectly fine, though. Let it be. That is not true. That is not, Tiffany, you still in the chat? Anybody that spoke to Danny in the first or second facility that first night knows she was not clear at all. She was not clear. I appreciate you, Lady Ty. And I'm not going to get up here and lie for anybody, let alone a drama twin. I'm not going to do that. But exactly. Thank you, Tracy. Okay. Now, anybody, she was, listen, y'all, she was not clear. All right. She was anything but clear. She was 100% not clear. That's how I got here, you know? Right, but if she was not clear, the hospital wouldn't provide a transport. The transport had to be included because she couldn't drive. She did have, I forget the name of the person. I don't remember the name of the person, but there was somebody that was going with her, going there to be with her. If somebody in the chat knows and you say it, I'll remember. I just don't, it's not coming to me. However, no, it wasn't Karen. I would remember Karen. Mom, yes, Fluffy Mama. Fluffy Mama was going there, right? But she didn't get there until right after it was, she was about to be transferred, okay? Now, I'm sure that when she goes to the neurologist, they will do a much more detailed examination. I'm sure that that's the case, right? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. That's malpractice, in my opinion, but, you know, whatever. I was 100% on the phone speaking to those physicians. So just in my opinion, right, no medical professional is going to lie for Danny Jacobson, right? No, nobody is going to do that. And if I wasn't on the phone, I wouldn't say anything. But I was 100% on the phone talking to the medical professionals, getting the information. The medical professional said she had a seizure. And listen, Amber, that might be true. That might be true. That could be true. I can't say. The only thing that I know is that because they didn't have the ability to care for the situation she was in. That's what it was. No, I didn't ask. But I do know that there was, in one of these documents, it says something about, hold on, let me get to it. It also says clinical history, seizure, epilepsy protocol. So I can't answer that because I don't know. I know that when I spoke to that medical professional, they told me she had a seizure. Okay? 100%. Meaning that was the live, that would have been the live seizure. Okay? Aside from that, well, that's what it says on these documents, y'all. That could be true, my sweet boy, but I know that that's what that nurse said. Yeah, if you move in an MRI, it could fuck up the reading. And the only reason why I say that, right, is because I see it in the report, the impression. That's what it says. It mentions the moving multiple different times. Hold on. Let me go back. Because somebody just asked the question and I was going to the documents to read it. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Bear with me a second. Seizure, new onset with unknown cause. That's the first hospital's discharge instructions. She did bite her tongue. Yeah, same, Cowbell. I hate them. And listen, if that's true, guess what? That's the second facility, not the first one. Do you understand? I was involved with the first facility. All right. Once they transferred her, I kept in touch about, did you see neuro? Did you, like, that was the extent of it. Hold on. Yeah, seizures can be rough. Hold on. I'm looking. When to get medical advice, call your healthcare provider right away if you have another seizure, fever, abnormal irritability, drowsy or confusion, headache or neck pain. Like, this is the first one, okay? This is the first facility. I want people to understand that she did give me permission because she was not, I know that people think that she was clear. She was not clear, y'all. She was not clear. On that phone call, she was not clear. That was the first phone call I've ever had with her. And she was not clear. All right. So I was talking to her. You understand? On the phone. They were trying to talk to her and she wasn't understanding it. So I was talking to her and then breaking it down to Danny while I was on the phone. Yes, it says witness seizure. No, this is not something that could have been faked. It was apparent that she was not right. Hold on. This is the first one. I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to find. Hold on. Maybe it was the second one. She is prescribed anticonvulsants as well, just to be clear. The first hospital gave Keppra. The second one gave a different anticonvulsant, but it's here. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to read through it. Because I wasn't necessarily as involved with the second facility. Once she got transferred, I just assumed that their medical care was there, right? Right. I don't want anything to do with that. I am here to clear up the things that I know to be fact. That's it. That is it. The second discharge papers give epilepsy care, like instructions. It says discharge instructions. Your seizure lasts longer than 5 minutes. You have trouble breathing. You have diabetes or are pregnant and have a seizure. You have a seizure in water such as swimming or bathtub. Call your doctor if you have a second seizure within the 24 hours of the first. You are injured during the seizure. You are not able to cope. Seizures happen more often. Confused longer than normal. Hold on. I understand that. Ways to keep blood from pooling. Hold on. I'm reading what's like important, you know? It's talking about risk factors. Okay, hold on. Bear with me a second. Yeah. Then the hospital discharge and the referrals to who I mentioned before. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't ask any of that, you know? She has people that are gonna, yeah, that's what I heard. She was gonna have people taking her to and from work. That's what I heard as well. I don't know, because I didn't talk to her about that stuff. I just wanted to clear up. I know. I just wanted to clear up. I have the labs that were done. Yes. It's crazy. Well, here's the thing. I would get up on here and clear up anything that I knew, right, was fact. I would do that for anybody. So it doesn't necessarily matter that it is Danny. It doesn't matter. I would do the same thing for anybody else, especially if it was a situation that I was directly involved with and have first-hand knowledge of. You know what I mean? And that's true too. I don't disagree with that. I really don't. I don't disagree with the fact that there may be like there needs to be further testing. You know, I agree with that. But I'm sure that we'll get to that on the 18th. That's the whole point. She needs to follow up with a specialist. That's just it. And I think that people need to how can I explain this? I think that insurance, right? Insurance is going to there's a lot that goes that is involved with yes, Lola. Yes. Right, and that's true too. I think insurance has a big part in a lot of different things, and that's why when I was talking to her, right, I told her, if you're on Medicaid, you'll have an advocate, ask them, because that person would have been in-house and a lot more familiar with what to do. When she called me and I spoke to the people in the room, I don't have knowledge of that area, so I didn't know the hospital that she was at was a shit facility. I didn't know that, and that's why I had to I asked if I could add Seattle Wines to call, because I knew that she knew the area and would be able to help me with what needed to be done. Does that make sense? Yeah, she has neuro. Hold on. The neuro appointment is Saturday, July 18th at 4 o'clock. Right, and I agree with people. I am here telling you that I agree with that. Right, I don't think that people that should automatically be in every money. That's just my opinion. You understand what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yes, go do this, because I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. If you feel like you want to help, it ain't my business, okay? I just want to make what I was involved with clear, so that there could be a truth. You're absolutely right. What else? I hope they're doing well. You know, and I think that a lot of times, emergency rooms become this. How can I say it? Right, like instead of going to emergency care, right? People go to the emergency room. An emergency room is only there to stabilize you. That's it. They stabilize you. If you cannot be stabilized, you will stay until you are stabilized. In this position, they set her up with a neurologist, but she was still there for 2 days. Hospitals do not keep you, okay? They don't keep you just because you ask them to. Come on, y'all. They don't do that. Listen, I'm not showing anything. I'm not doing that. It is not my place, okay? It is not my place. I will relay the information that I have, but I'm not going to show it. Right, exactly. And that's what, I think at this point in time, all of us have been to an ER, right? All of us have been to an ER. I don't disagree with that, y'all. I really don't disagree with that. And I told her that. I told her the internet is not the place to be right now. I don't know what we want to do. But at the same time, I understand, okay, that it's I understand it's fucking crazy what I'm about to say, but I understand that that's where she feels like her people are. So I could see both sides of it. I don't disagree. You know, I have no idea. I answered that already. I have no idea. I don't need all of that, y'all. As a matter of fact, when they were sending me pictures of her injuries, okay, I said, I don't need that. I told to the medical professionals. Kaylee has them too. I sent them to Kaylee, I sent them to Feisty, so that other people can confirm what it's saying. I missed it. I'm sorry. My bad. I missed it. Listen, you want to ask the toxicology report, but I don't need the toxicology report. And you know what's fucking wild? I'll bet 99% of you motherfuckers that are saying it would never get on the internet and show this shit. Right? So y'all expect other people to do something you won't. You can't be serious. And that's why I'm not getting up here to tell people how to think, how to feel, how to do this, how to do that. I'm getting up here and explain what I know to be true. Okay? That's it. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. I'm here doing the same thing that I would do if it was anything else for anybody else, except Gabby, because I personally don't give a fuck at this point. Okay? But I find that to be a lot of the problem. Most of the people that say this shit, none of the actual content creators have to experience this shit on a daily basis. On a daily basis. I like Zen. Yeah, Cinnamon. And I understand that. I understand that too, Ash. I understand that too. The truth of it is, there are people that are not, that can post anything and nobody's still gonna leave them. That's the truth of it. Because of the history. You understand? So I'm not disagreeing, okay? I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you what I know to be fact. That's it. Y'all can take what you want and do with it. I'm just telling you what I know to be true. Because then it's easier that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just strange to me. But I'm not gonna get up on here and post some medical information. I'm not defending anything. If you go back, you're gonna see me say, okay? You're gonna go back and see me say I'm not defending or excusing any behavior. Any behavior. No. But tell me that's what I'm saying. It's not that I have the documents. I have them. Big difference. There's a big difference, yeah. I have them, okay? And I could interpret them, all right? Kaylee has them, and she can interpret them, all right? There's a big difference between me putting the information out or just relaying the information. And I can tell you right now that the screenshots, all right? The screenshot, and I agree with that too. Listen, there are always going to be people that are going to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be people that are going to talk shit. My personal opinion, okay? You have to focus on the other people. Because if you say focus on the people that are talking bad about you, you're never going to get better. You're not. I 100% heard them talking. They were talking directly to me, right? Somebody asked me on TikTok. I sent her a DM and I said, are you okay? And because I wasn't going to be on TikTok, I have 600 DMs on TikTok right now, I sent her my phone number. So she called me. That's how. Right, and I can't say what goes on because I don't know, right? I'm not a, hold on a second, Nicole, you think that medical professionals are going to lie for Danny Jacobson? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. No medical professional is going to get on the internet, all right, and lie for anybody. That's not going to happen. It's true. That could be true. Listen, I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a doctor. I can only relay information that I know to be fact. And that's just the truth of it. And that's true too. I asked her if she had called and put a block on the information about who would be like people with solid abuse. Right, and that's the thing, I would do it to anybody, right? It's not, villains defending, no, I would do that to anybody. Right, correct. They gave permission. I was on the phone with her. I was literally talking to her. I can't say that just a sub. I can't sit here and speculate on what the cause was. I can't do that. I did try to go through the blood work because there are markers, right, that will indicate the seizure. And I did try to go through it, but she doesn't have those results yet. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. That's it. I don't care who believes it. I'm just telling what I know to be true. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to, right. And I think that is another thing, is that it might take time, you know, that's what happens. Right, exactly. And here's the thing. No, because Gabby hands out edited bullshit. That's why. There are no edits. Who's in the chat that have seen these documents? There are no edits on the documentation I have. Not a fucking thing is edited. I would have not gotten up here and said the things that I'm saying if there was edits on those documents. Full stop. I did do that. You're right. When Gabby faked that pregnancy and she came into my box, I said, send me the information and I will correct what I can. She chose not to do that. And I agree with that too. I think that it's their track record, right? I keep telling you, and you're not listening, you're asking me a question, and I answer you, and this is the third time I've seen it, okay? So let me say it again, all right? I messaged her on TikTok and said, are you okay? Are we good so far? Because I wasn't going to be on TikTok, and I had 700 fucking DMs over there, I sent her my phone number, and she called me on the phone. You got me so far? When she called me on the phone, she was super sluggish, all right? Not clear at all, right? And the medical professionals were talking to her. She was not understanding. She gave permission for them to talk to me, okay? Therefore, I was talking to the medical professionals and trying to relay it to Danny in a manner that she would understand. Are we good now? Right. It's crazy. I said it three times. What's up? And you might be right, Daisy. You might be right. Well, hold on a second. I also want people to understand that this wasn't the second she got to the emergency room, right? It was a while later. It wasn't as soon as she got there, I was on the phone with her. That's not what happened here. That's not what happened, okay? It was a bit after she had been there. What's up, Candace? Listen. Why couldn't they read the part of the report where she didn't move? I can. It's not that I don't have it. These documents are not edited. I wouldn't have done this at all if she sent me edited documents. Right, thank you, Tiffany. And Tiffany knows because when I was on the phone, after that, I was like, I texted Tiffany, can I add Tiffany to this call? Because she has experience with that area. She knows people, and she was better at that stuff than I was. You understand? Right, and I'm not going to keep doing it. I'm not. I'm here to, right, I'm here to correct the things that I know to be true. Outside of that, I don't really give a shit, you know, just being honest. Right, and I think that, and I see this a lot. I don't think that this happens to me all the time. And I try to tell people that y'all have no idea how much this happens to me 3 times a fucking week. Just because I get up on the internet and talk about it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It happens. You understand? And now here's the thing: when she goes to the neurologist, and the neurologist does order an EEG, what then? Right, exactly. That's it. And I do it all the time. All the time. I can't, it is not my responsibility to get up on this here internet and discuss the things that I do privately with people. It's just not. The only reason I am here is to correct the things that I know to be true. That's it. That's it. Quite literally it. I'm telling you, I'm so over them. Correct, I do. But I do have a different number. That is true. That is true. And that's why I called how can I say this? Any numbers that would be FOIA-able, I use my text number and I do a phone number. If that makes sense. You know, that's it. Right. I have no reason to lie. No medical professional is going to get on the phone and lie to somebody. No medical professional is risking their license to Danny or Daddy. That is not going to happen. Ever. Okay. Hold on. Let me ask. I wanted to. Right. Listen. I want you to understand this as well. This is not a discussion that I was ever planning on having publicly. Right. The only reason that I am here and discussing it publicly is because I prefer accurate information on the internet. There are people that knew my involvement, what was going on, and what I was doing. Right. But it wasn't something I planned on talking about. It just wasn't. And I would say I do this at least 3 times a week. Maybe not this specific situation, but there are things that people contact me for to get me to help them in certain situations, and then I move on and I get talked about. And they're always AT, yes. Right, exactly. It's not a secret. It's not I hide it. I just don't do that. I don't do that. Right, and that's what I'm saying. I do it a lot more than people, but she did prove herself. Gabby didn't have a seizure on the live stream. And it's always something else, right? I see it in my own life, right? The second I prove one thing wrong, the goalpost gets moved and it's something else they want. She's gonna see the neurologist on the 18th. Maybe people will come back and again. I don't know. Understand? I'm sorry. I don't know because I haven't watched a lot of stuff to be honest. So I can't say. Hold on. Right, of course. Yeah, that's the neurologist. I don't disagree, Romy Shadow. I don't disagree. I said, oh shit, hold on, my laptop's fine. I said it before and I'm gonna say it again, all right? Hold on. I think that one is capable of change. I don't believe the others, right? And change takes time. No, I don't think Brandy's red lies. I don't think that's fair to say because I have been in contact with Brandy. I don't think that's fair to say. What I am going to say is be weary, all right? Be weary of the people that are trying to claim things as their intentions. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Unfortunately, right, I did not record the call with Danny, all right? And trust me, I fucking wish I did, all right? But when she called me, I was kind of like, I never spoke to her on the telephone before that day. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I apologize. Let me honest. I hold on. Let me look. July 18th. Did I say it wrong? I apologize. July 18th is the appointment, all right? July 18th. Hi, Nina. Okay. I agree. Okay, I agree with you. And I see and Katie, the only I'm gonna see this. I have experience on my own, not with the seizure stuff, right? But with me proving things, right? And then nobody ever corrects it. They just move on to the next fucking thing, right? It says Saturday, July 18th on the second. Oh, you're good, you know. My notifications, y'all, are so bad. And I really wanted to yesterday get through the Patreon mess, and I meant to. I really meant to, but I got so distracted. So I can't say. Thank you, Lizzie. And listen, maybe we'll have more information then, all right? I don't know. The only thing, perfect, thank you, I appreciate you. The only thing I'm here to do is clear up what I know to be true, okay? That's it. I prefer accurate information on the internet. But if you think, I promise you, I will show you that I have it, okay? This is all the proof, okay? Call out about transfers, the hospital discharge, injuries, seizure transfer, okay? It's not that I don't have it. It's just that I just feel like it's not my place to share it. It's really not. And I think that people, if anybody had any idea how much people send me, just to be able to say I've seen it, it's constant. It's constant. So I'm not here to speak on all this other shit. I'm just here to prove, no, they're not screenshots. I have the actual documentation. I can't answer that, lady, right? I can't answer that. I know at least the one in the original facility. Right, and that's fair. I'm standing up here and telling people, you need to believe what I'm not doing that. I'm just here. I can't answer that either. I'm only here to answer my initial, okay? The initial, only what I know to be facts. That's it. And that's true, Charlotte. And I'm just saying that, but it's not my job. I did my job. I got up here and I straightened out what I know to be fact. There are other people that also have those documents, you know? And that's it. I agree, Panda. I'm not going to disagree with you, all right? And I don't want this to be some confusion, right? I would, and I don't blame them, sorry. I'm just here to correct what I know to be true, right? That's what I was just going to say. I appreciate you saying. Right, it is not my job. Hold on, let me just get that. I have the discharge documents, not screenshots. I will make that clear. And that is the original. That was the original issue. Is that the first facility did not have the capability to handle the situation she was in, and they were going to discharge her. Because they were going to discharge her without seeing the neurologist. That's not safe. That's not safe. She went to a facility that had a neurologist. That's what happened. Right. I'm not here to do all that. I'm just here to correct the things that I can. Now, aside from that, that's all I got. I'm sure she's going to do her job. Well, here's the thing. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I will. I think people. I try. I've done this many times in the past with people that have partial organizations on the internet. Right. I try to be a positive influence. Okay. Yeah, it's open. They're all just open. Saturday, 9 to 5. People either hyper I'm doing this. I can. She did go to the hospital. That's true. Yes, it is open weekends. But I don't know. Thanks for saying this. All right. I can't force people to be receptive to the advice that I give. Okay. I can give you advice and keep it open. All right. That's how I wind up in these situations where I have been. I learned. Right. Yeah. I learned. I'm gonna get to do this. I learned from those mistakes. Right. And I try to do better next time. All right. I'm always going to leave proof over people because proof doesn't want people lie. People lie. Okay. The only reason I'm here is because of the proof and because I was on the phone with her discussing it with the medical professionals. Right. Right. Exactly. Right. That's you. You know. I just want pretty much that's actually my opinion as well, but I can do it. All right, hold on. She told me she's not going to go. That's like from today. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. How long have you been here? I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to do any of that. Right? I only know what I know to be facts. And you're right, lady. You're absolutely right. In my opinion, that's what people should be for. But I'm not everybody else. You know. All right, hold on a second. Let me get to this. Hold on. I need this. Hold on. Oh man, I go to the sheet. I'm gonna go to. Hold on. I go to this. I'm sorry. Is this one? This one? 712. Yep, this is it. All right. Hold on. Give me a second. I apologize. Can I do this second? Yeah, I'm obsessed. All right. I'm going to do a little bit. Wait, what happened? Hold on. How do I do that? How do I fix this? I just started telling people now. How do I do this? Oh, no, it's right. Okay. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Irishes. Y'all. I'll get to it when I come back to this live because Gabby's going to be really upset. All right, I have a phone call tomorrow with somebody that I've been working with on a docu-series about my voice right? Well, when Timmy posted that video the other day, I sent him that and I said, hey, this actually isn't a good idea. I have connections and we need to get it done. And he said, yes. Okay, so I called him tomorrow to pretty much pitch this project. Okay, yeah. I told him I'll send you some research. All right, I sent him my product file and I sent him my playlist and he gave him like 2 minutes synopsis. Yes, I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about it. So, yes, I know. I think it was about Corona. And I'm like, you too. And you're doing really quickly. Does anybody think it's a coincidence that Miss Gabrielle Davidson posted the other day that she was taking a fucking break, right? Listen, bitch, this isn't fucking. You're not going to taking a fucking break. Once, let alone multiple videos saying you're taking a fucking break. Okay, you have to do that. All right, but you think guys are cracking up in that next thing. Okay, all right. You Why are you back today, Gabby? I can tell you why you're back today. You're back today because you thought that the internet was going to be more focused on Danny, so you could just ease your way back in. Embarrassing.
Constantly. Like I did. Y'all don't like me.
Well, maybe you shut up once in a while. You don't have to worry about people coming in and correct your bullshit. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. No, it's not real, but I'm trying to make it real. Yeah, well, casinos have me dying. Dying. I enjoy casino, bro. I really do.
Y'all want me off the app. Like, you gotta shut it down for you guys to stop this, or
We can't shut it down because what we're doing, we're legally able to do. Okay, yes, I was sorry. There's nothing wrong with what we are doing here. You, on the other hand,
or YouTube and see what they think about it, because I don't know how you're doing this.
doing what? You don't have to do what? Just not what the fuck are you talking about? You don't have to do it. Look, I know, it truly is. I know. Isn't it crazy, babe?
I think this is just insane.
Well, I think you're insane. Well, here we are. Okay, here we are. Why is it you're insane? I know what that means. I listen, I think it's I'm just being honest. I think it's great. You just don't have to announce it in a video and then post another one. Like, what? Right. She can do all the YouTube trash she wants. It's different on YouTube, babe. It's different on YouTube.
Like, I know that I'm copyrighting all you guys on.
It's never going to work, Gabrielle Dixon, okay? The YouTube system, all right, for the people that don't know, let me explain, okay? The YouTube system is a lot more intelligent than the TikTok system, all right? With the TikTok system, you can file a takedown and they just, there's no side question, right? Over here, all right, what I am doing is considered fair use, right? So you and I file the takedown on me right now. YouTube is going to come back to you and say, hey, we think this may be an example of fair use. If you proceed to file that takedown, I'm just going to fucking appeal it and get it back. You have to understand copyright law before you get yourself into trouble. You not understanding copyright law is a big problem as a creator because, I agree with that. I see it, okay? It is fair use is a doctrine written into copyright law, okay? Aside from that, some of us have trespasses, which makes what we're doing up over here perfectly legal. And yeah, exactly. She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand because she cannot take any constructive criticism, all right? Nothing. She takes any I don't know what you mean. Oh, no, I'm not talking. So she can't take it. She sees it all as an attack because her fucking ego is so fragile, okay? She can't take it. So any negative word that she says that we might say out despite it being the actual truth, she can't handle it. She hates it.
Did you? Because that's what YouTube is sending me, all the match toolbox or whatever. Where I could literally just click on it and just kind of say, hey.
Don't do that. That'll get you in trouble, all right? Even if, right, let me explain, YouTube in studio has a copyright match tool, okay? All right? You have to understand, I agree, Mama, I agree. You have to understand fair use. And why do you have to understand fair use? Because when you go and you file that takedown, okay? When you file that takedown, if you have to check off the box that you have considered fair use, all right? Now let me elaborate. Every single time you check that box, and you're either swearing under penalty of perjury box, which you cannot not check it and get it, all right? Oh, 100%. Exactly, all right? Every time you file a takedown, you're checking those boxes, and you could potentially get yourself in trouble with anybody, any one of us that provides commentary because it is acceptable by law. You're not above the law, bitch. You have to follow the laws just like everybody else does.
I mean, I don't know if you're mad at me, you're trying to get back at me, I don't know what this is. I mean, I got 20 guys, first on YouTube, then 20 live streamers on YouTube. That I came out. That all you guys have it.
It doesn't mean anything, right? As long as they have commentary, if they appeal it, they will get it back. I don't understand how you have to learn this before you're a content creator. Because most content creators put understand this within their first year. You're just too fucking dumb and don't do the education to understand what content creation really is, what claims to be a content creator. How the fuck does that work?
I do. Now that's where YouTube will send me, hey, Gabby, if you want to do content, I'm the one that is, like,
That's why, all right? YouTube will, let me see if I can pull up I'm not able to, all right? YouTube will show you, hey, this is your content. That doesn't automatically mean it's a copyright strike. I appreciate it. I know that's it. Well, that's literally all she fucking does. Okay, hold on, I'm trying to see if I can do it. Right? It's exactly what that means. Is that you? Period. And here's the thing. If you want to call yourself a fucking content creator, you don't learn how to do this, right? All right, now can't stop it. The copyright match will automatically matches or potential. So you know what that means, Gabrielle? Potential matches other videos on YouTube. Potential. Just because it's under the copyright match does not mean it is automatically able to be copyright. You, Tommy, have to understand what is a copyright violation and what is not before you get anything. Right? Review. You hear me? I'm talking to you, Tommy. Right? Review and act on matches. I agree. Okay. Hold on. Potential. You're missing the operative word in this sentence. Potential. It is your job as a content creator to verify if it violates copyright or if it fails the full content use before you make the report. Right? I'm sorry. I'm trying to see what else. Listen. Okay. You being fucking stupid. Yeah, I don't know if she does it. We were talking to her actually.
your streams and saying, hey, you're going to do.
You can't. It's never work, right? It's never work. It's supposed to know. Okay, listen to me. I'll tell you right. Correct. Okay, correct. Okay. I know that's right. You can find all the takedowns you want. If the creator applies commentary, it automatically goes to use therefore you, Gabrielle Dixon. I do. I was thinking about it actually.
I have some time. I could really just spend my time on this.
That sounds like a fucking great waste of time to me. A fucking great waste of time. You're doing that, right? That sounds like a complete waste of time, especially if those content creators are, hear me, okay, using content and applying commentary. So it sounds like a waste of time, right? Like she's so busy, you know?
I'll string it, try to get up.
It's never gonna work as long as you use commentary.
And that's how it is then.
Right, are you like the same motherfucking shit, right? Daisy, is that what you do? What you do like that when you get something? Sounds like better time spent. Unbelievable.
You're my channel.
Well, guess what? Yes. If you weren't violating, you can, but I'm just telling you right now, my every single notification I have is all fucking that. You can try what you want. Unless there are violations within the terms of service, okay? It's not gonna make a difference. Oh, we know, bro.
Did you hear what you just said?
Did you hear what you just said? Get you guys to stop talking about me. Anybody could talk about anybody they want to, Gabrielle Dixon. We want you to get out of the fucking internet and go be a better human and mother. That's what we want. But you keep proving the most important thing in your life is the fucking internet. It is terrible. Great question, Tina. I love you. If you're not already substituting my channel, she's just posting. I'm just saying one. She posts really videos too. Listen to me, bitch. You couldn't even up the playing field if you stood on fucking stilts. Okay, we are eons ahead of you in most aspects of life. Okay, you can't compare to any single one of us. You have a serious problem with people talking about you. You can't control it. I'm sorry, you can't control it. Your best bet is to just shut the fuck up and try to be a better person. That's it.
Come on, now.
Girl, listen to me. I would imagine you're not like this statement. I personally think you can get much lower. That's just my opinion, right?
Yeah, you start with us.
No, we're not doing that. Okay, do it. But be prepared that there is already an attorney that several of us have spoken to, and we have no problem moving forward with this issue because you can't take the fucking facts that people tell you. We can do it. You can't just because you're not the attorney. We already have an attorney that was more than willing to take the case of 15 of us to sue you before the law copyright. Do you know that?
Do I do?
What you need to do is get some serious, intensive therapy so you can attempt to be broken into the reality that the rest of us share. That's what you should be doing. But you are so fucking convinced that everybody else is the problem, right? Except you. If you choose to get on the fucking internet and act like this.
Good on this.
You are. You have been doing it for 5 fucking years and you're going to continue to do it until you are held accountable. And August 18th is just the beginning. That's just the beginning. So I hope that you're prepared to deal with it. I thought when you came back a couple weeks ago you said you're not going to be talking about medical care or bullies anymore. It's all you fucking got because that's the life that you created yourself. That's all you have. Right, crazy.
No, it's not fair.
Life is a bitch. Get used to it. Get used to it. It's not fair. You have a motherfucking time all the time to lie about us, but we fucking take it, don't we? What are you talking about, you bitch?
It's not fair. You spend all of your time in it.
Who? The fuck? I got crazy.
You guys are on live constantly, hour after hour, talking about me.
Who the fuck is she talking about? It's anything. It's definitely anything. Look at that.
You guys breathe everything I say. Even on the app, you
Bro, I don't give a fuck. If you walked into that kitchen and started flying around like a bitch, I would move physically away. I don't give a shit. I personally think that you are a complete waste of space and perfectly good oxygen. I got nothing anymore. Nothing. But when I go down to you back after that dating life, you are fucking disgusting. She's never walking out. Ever. She lies.
You have to change.
Big girl. What? What the fuck did she say? Right, Tracy. I think people understand. I would step right over. I'm fucking done with her shit.
What is so fucking concerning that you're about the app, you all fuck out me. Do you know how mentally unstable you all sound?
Bro, I'll show you my unstable. I'll show you my unstable. Give me permission. I appreciate you, Lola. Here's the fucking problem, okay? The internet and the screen has made people be too fucking comfortable running their mouth without consequences, alright? Because back in the day, some of the things that some people on the internet say, people pulled up and told you a fucking lesson after you. You need somebody to legitimately teach you a lesson. It is wild that we have proof, right? We have proof of your mental instability in the cyber. But we can prove it. We have proof of the people who are mentally unstable. With your proof. Are we reacting to you? That's not sorry. Why did you do that to me?
I'm serious. And then, Ninja, I'll show you my game.
Oh, see, man. Listen, you are so fucking welcome to bitch. Okay, I appreciate anybody that takes their fucking time to come and make videos and make us laugh with your dreams over your bitch ass. Okay, Danny, listen to me. Oh, leave her too. Leave her just for a minute. She's got a chance. Listen, I love people. They give us later. Okay. It is not Ninja's fault. The Ninja found a creative way to deal with your bullshit. Okay, I agree. Zero. I agree. I think that her entire life she has been used to get her right, getting against anyone, whatever the fuck she can't do it on the internet. I think that is what pisses her off. Is what she has always been able to say about her entire life, but the internet she can't do it. That's my opinion of what she is.
I'll show you my game.
Yes, say it. Say it.
Oh my god. I was there. I was like,
I don't know. It's like Ninja YouTube channel now. I shared it a couple times on my post tabs, so she might post it. I'm not sure. Gabby, you are obsessed with what we do. That's it. You're right, Laura. You're absolutely right. Right? You are obsessed with what we do. Your entire life revolves around what we're doing over here. It's not the other way around. It's the other way around. Same, Leslie.
nobody started on these
Oh, bitch, listen to me. I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait. So if you don't know, I appreciate you so much, Jenny. Okay, listen to me. If you don't know, I've been in production with a company for a docu-series about my voice school, right? When Tiffany posted that video the other day, I texted, I'll show you the text. I'll use the conversation. Hold on. I sent Tiffany's video to the production, okay, team. And I said, this is actually what I like to go, good idea. An internet story about a woman becoming a Gabrielle Dixon and would do a fantastic doc. Ready? Absolutely incredible. So I was sending my to this essentially, she is a TikTok trend on Netflix docu-series making, right? So one of the girls sending that video did it with all the people that have been affected by Gabrielle Dixon. Essentially, she's the one that has history of personality disorder at 61 and uses Netflix kid. So a lot of people on the internet and it's a bunch of shit. She was GFI was about 9 or 11 during one of the on the internet. It's a 4-year rabbit hole, but I do like that and I get 15, 16 hundred. Here we go. Can you see that? Yes. Okay, I will do that. Thank you. Okay, let's try on Monday. I'm working on a potential documentary. How do I reach her? I said, I will connections and proof for Gabby Project. Reach her so good. She's a medical lawyer and thinks that she is bullied. Or you talking about the other way. He was actually talking about the other way. And it personal stuff. So, see, two people who are fucking loser on the internet because they have connections. I have connections all over the place, right? And I understand. I would make sure that it is not a thing for her, right? I would make sure that it would have nothing to do with her because she's not capable of being honest.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's most cringe. Most me and Rosie watching it, and people looking at each other like, you.
Oh, you're so mad. You're so mad. You are so fucking mad. You're so mad. What are you mad about?
It's a training.
Right, exactly. Thank you, sir.
You know what documentary looks like?
What?
The documentary looks like a bunch of bullies. Bunch of bullies.
You're not fucking getting that money. Get out of the fucking internet, you bitch. The fuck? The fuck is wrong with you?
Bunch of bullies. Yeah, not the way. It looks cringe as fuck.
Oh, Gabby.
And you guys think that looks fucking cool?
Because it's just
Well,
me.
that's really
I'll be a bully. Listen, I will be a bully as long as it ain't anything tied to being anything like you. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, that's fucking embarrassing. Yes, Gabby regrets every time she does a trend, okay? You look ridiculous because it proves exactly what.
I don't understand how people consider it not just something.
Because it is a figment of your fucking imagination. That's why. You understand? Same. Okay. It is. I think everybody should do one now. Everybody do one. I'm cheating. Listen, I like everybody that has the potential to post on TikTok to do that, okay? And we will string them all together. Sam, myself, TMNY, we will put them all together in one big long thing and really piss you off because there are thousands of us, Gabby. How the fuck do you not understand? There are thousands of fucking people that do this, that you need to be accountable, and you still fucking sit there and point the fucking finger at anybody else but your fucking self. It's crazy. Gabby, I'm gonna say this as nice as I can, okay? It is your brain that is the problem. Alright? Maybe you're not.
I think this is such a weird, cringe, obsessive, psychotic, unmental, silly.
Unmental stability. Make sure you wear blue in the videos, okay? Unmental stability. You know what I think is unmental stability? Not taking your kids to emergency room after a head injury. Yeah, I think that's unmental stability. That's just my opinion. That's true. Okay, that's my opinion.
Of chins. You guys can't make constantly. It's
Make better choices. Make better choices. Do better. Maybe people wouldn't have so much to fucking say. No, anything but that. What the fuck? Punch out.
you guys. You must not be awesome.
Listen, right? Listen to me, Gabby. I promise that most people don't see us as the crazy one, okay? Alright?
You can't go do it.
What? Bro, for 5 fucking years, you sat on what she doesn't know. You sat on the internet ignoring your kid during probably what was the most crucial years of his development, cognitively, emotionally, sociologically. Are you fucking kidding me?
We're going to the other day, she knows. Are you letting your family?
No. Nobody is letting their family, Gabby, except you. Maybe Laura Jones.
Okay, I don't
I think you're fucking capable. It is everything's gonna be protection because her self-awareness is not going to allow her to see that it's her. So here's the thing, we get into this place. Yeah, she can recognize it, right? But she doesn't understand that the words that come out of her mouth are about her. She doesn't get it.
But I want honest opinion.
Well, listen, when we give you an honest opinion, you call us fucking bullies and try to get us into a court of law. The fuck are you talking about?
Oh.
This is so embarrassing, though.
I mean,
You're capable.
thank you, and then the video that we'll have then,
I haven't seen this yet, y'all. So I'm literally, what's that video? I'm literally doing this for the first time.
when there's next time, I actually, like, okay, surgery done immediately, I don't know, you know,
Your mouth voices make me want to fucking vomit, okay? They make me want to vomit.
all recovery, and I'll be in another room, and there's like 2 hours before to go, yeah, yeah, I was in surgery, and in the other room, I don't laugh, why should I laugh? I was in the other room, and calm down, and everybody gets it, and she got it,
I agree.
and, I don't know, it's just, the whole thing's weird.
I'll tell you what I find weird. I find it weird that 5 fucking days ago you were taking a break. You know, posting multiple videos saying you were taking a break, and now you crept back in today because you thought that everybody was gonna be dealing with Danny and the situation going on with Danny, so you thought it was safe for you to come back. No, that I about 5 days ago.
Like, yeah, I think it was weird last night, and mom, back and forth, our questions and stuff, like,
Right, exactly. No.
I think that you cross out on your son, so what do you do that?
Well, first of all, I do things right. I'll fuck with Jesse, right? I'll fuck with Jesse. Her children, 100% have seizure disorders. I remember that from that. That is a proven fact. Okay, that is a proven fact. I don't know what she's talking about, what's going on here, right? But I know 100% that is true. That is true. And I don't believe that she would cross out her kid's name, but that's because somehow we have fuckers like to have children. Okay, so editing the first name is nothing wrong with that. I don't know anything else. I don't know what she's talking about, right? But however, right, exactly, bad, right? I don't know what she's. I mean, cross out the date is 100% against the law. You cross out the date. That's against the law, 100%. I did anything she cross out the date or the first name. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Right, completely different. And she might have other restrictions. She was just trying to prove a point, I would imagine. Okay, right. Okay, thank you. So she wasn't using it. She was using it to prove a point.
You're watching on medication. What's the difference from that and from
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think you should be talking about anybody else's children. Yeah, I don't think you should be doing that. I don't know what she posted. I'm just letting you know I think she posted. Right? There's never been proof of you having seizure. That's true. That is true.
right?
Oh, children? I don't know anything about that, bitch. You don't know anything about protecting children's privacy, do you, bitch? The fuck is wrong with you? It's not Shefty's medication. It's our kid's medication. Fucking idiot.
But I don't know that. I don't know
Well, I didn't see that.
Great.
Right, oh, did Shefty go all the restrictions? I didn't see what she was talking about. Right, and there's that too, right? I didn't see Shefty as an icon. I call Shefty. But Shefty was Shefty's older version because I mean that's possible. And she was just a child. Exactly. So it was a child restriction. And she was posting on the internet. She should have fucking edited it. But you don't know anything about that because you fucking handed down to fucking pedophiles.
You know, it's not very I'm private. You should come everyone. Just advertise you. You know, that's what you know.
Right. Okay. More over on the walls, huh? More over on the walls, huh, guys? There's a bitch out there. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think it's the truth. So if it's the truth, okay? If it's the truth, I'm gonna say that it is. But how are there always drawings on your walls, Gabby? How could there be all these drawings on the walls if you're adequately supervising your kid?
None. But see, I don't keep trying to do friends. And just like insane. Like you're there, like you're on the wall. I'm good.
Right.
I was
You're not gonna get because you're a problem. And you refuse to acknowledge that you're a problem.
Yeah, she's like, I was thinking this is sick. First, I'm mental.
Gabby. Okay, I'm just okay, listen. Oh, there's that. Right, no, wait, listen to me. No, thank you.
It's on mental.
Mental.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. My mental one.
No, I don't know about EEG.
Huh?
I'm getting EEG. I know where probably
I just have a quick question, all right? Date was the 9th the date of the first visit. Hold on, wait a sec. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. What was the date on the first discharge? Hold on. 7/8/26, okay? 7/8/26. She got transferred. What's the discharge date of the second? Hold on, bear with me a second. I was at that point. 7/10/2026, right? So she has a follow-up in a week, 8 days, 2 weeks ago. Why did you wait 3 months? It was like 3 months, right? No, not 3 months. But it was why? Why did you wait so long?
Because I don't know. I didn't see her every day. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that's. I don't know anything else. Like,
I don't know what you talking about this. Oh,
oh, that's something. Do you know something?
I don't know what you talking about.
You heard that what you say. You actually look at it and something's fucked.
But what? I don't know what you talking about. I can't see specific. I'm just gonna be 100% real here. I don't think you should be calling anybody else, right? Not a single motherfucker on this planet is WDU.
I'm sure that I'm doing my life. I have them. Probably shaking your heads. Probably.
I think you should. I think that's what it was. It's 100% bullshit. Bullshit. I think it's 100% you, that's the same for you. You have 1,000 people and you're only 3 or 4 people that even believe the bullshit. And I'm being generous with the real you know?
I get it. Yes, you don't. I understand how
You don't, I promise you don't.
yes, I feel like taking all interest, I know a little bit of so I think you get some crazy and you it.
Listen to me. I want you to get words that come out of my mouth, right? Every fucking word that comes out of my mouth is backed by proof, right? Every single thing I'm telling you guys that I say about you is backed by proof. Either out of your mouth, okay? If she doesn't, because she doesn't give a fuck, right? Everything. So continue.
I believe that you know what I'm
I 100% know what I'm talking about. If it is, I'll give you an example. The autism, right? I really have experience with those types of diagnosis, right? So I would go to somebody that does so that they can educate me, okay? But if it is not something that I have on this motherfucker and corrected, it is fact. It's 100% fact.
when really, if you want to chat, I'll
No, you're chatting. I'm not chatting.
and I'm really,
This is painful to me, y'all. I really am. What's the point of this? I don't know. Right. That's what I should know anything about this business. Right. If it's something I don't know about, right, exactly. I go and I ask people that I trust for information about so that I can educate them. You understand? Look at these drawings on the wall, dude. Like, it's just leave them here. I know, but I know that's because there are people that I have involvement with, right? No, I'm not. What does that mean? What? Sounds like no problem. Okay. Who? Oh, no, Nanny. Okay. I have no idea. I'm completely dumb. Oh, yeah, for sure, buddy. 100%. Yeah, the drawings up here, though. Is that possible? I don't know.
really pretty like, you know, like, I love her right?
That's not true. She's hiding in the right, y'all. I've seen it. I don't know what's going on. That's possible. It happens.
And all over this.
That's not true, Gabby. That's not true. But here you are attempting to put your foot in the door, okay?
Hence, I shall prove.
But that's not true. She's hiding in the right. Yeah, I agree with that. It's possible. Don't you Joe? So that's possible. She texted me. Hold on. I'm sorry. She texted me. My phone doesn't have to start. So I need it. Okay. Yeah, I don't listen. The truth is, it doesn't matter what you said. Yeah, she texted me. She texted me. I'm not doing to do that. I'll do it later. But she did the MRI and is seeing a neurologist next week. For you, it was 3 months. There's a difference here.
And I'm sure that this terrible hypertherapy is should be involved in the
I can't eat out
That's
this.
something different. I don't know. It's something that I think could be. I don't know.
God, it's crazy.
Remember that last time I had. I think I remember. Something different. I had a full. You're not having your head.
Oh,
And I'm like, what?
Listen, one of the things that Gabby does is she always uses a professional to try to triangulate people to believe in words that come out of her mouth because she understands that she's incredible. Okay. I will find out soon as I'm not doing now. Don't do it. I will deal with it when I am.
Oh, you know?
It happens a lot, honestly. It happens a lot.
Did you get in the car? The car? Anyway, there's something like talking about. The eyes. It is a damage. So leave it on the side.
Bro, what?
I'm like, what's on my head? I don't know if it's where it came from. So I'm never know. I don't know if it's possibly. Beautiful
Let's talk about it. Gabby, do you know what the temporal lobe is on the brain? Huh? Do you, or are you thinking temple and thinking you know what you're talking about? I don't know what you're doing, alright? You don't know what you're talking about, and some of us are fucking educated, and we understand that that's not how it goes, okay? So I want you to tell me where the temporal lobe is, and what the fuck that would do, have to do with you getting smacked in the head with a fucking toy.
Usually it's all known. Usually it is.
That's what I want to know.
And so, I mean,
Wild. Well, I know what's going on with She texted me, I did it, and I'll do it when I'm
the
alive.
conversation that we have, like, as far as like, you know, when somebody talking, why would you say that? It's like, hey, you have cameras in your house. Take a video, blast it all over the internet. Like,
You don't have to let it go, you can show it to somebody that is trusted, like David, but you can't, right? You can't.
having access to your, that's even your son, as you said, and three, no touch that. So I'm gonna say that. So really, yeah, yeah. Do you know?
I'm gonna sit through,
You're gonna be over 20 years on. Have a teacher, and that's
I'm pretty sure, hold on a second, you'll might have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Shifty has shown. I don't know if it's a son or actually, so let me ask you about it all. But guess what? We're in a position, alright? We're in a position where you could show that to somebody that's credible, alright? They can be on the internet until they sort it, right? And everything will go away. You don't because you can't. And I know that if you have video of you having a seizure, you're supposed to go 110%. 110%. You should have a seizure. No one's getting any of them. I don't know if you're going to say, 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 I don't know if you I know.
You believe me. You want to believe me. You believe them. You don't believe life.
Yeah, let me break it down to you real easy, right? You know how for the past 5 years you've been on the internet blogging and gaslighting and manufacturing, whatever the fuck manufacturing word narrative. Some of us, some of us have spent that 5 years building credibility and having to prove to the fact that things we say. See the difference? See the difference? We don't do this motherfucker and be like 17 hours a day just talking, telling different stories. This, that, fucking, you need to do that. We spend the time productively.
What's that last thing you believe in? How do you know they lying as well? Just because you hate me, you're the one that
Listen to me. There's never gonna be a motherfucker on these apps that alright, that I would ever allow one hatred to money. It would never fucking happen. I follow proof and the truth. So it's not my fault that that's not my fucking story, Gabby. That's not my fault.
what you're doing is seeing on the internet. You have so much hate, and you're blinded by all these people, and they say, oh, I'm just sorry, you're doing this.
What the fuck are you questioning anybody else's illnesses? We do find on this motherfucker and fakes more illnesses than I can fucking count on my hands.
Yeah, I bet not a single fucking person
would get on this internet, alright, and fucking act the way you did when you also had a live stream feature. Not a single person.
let's forget who goes to take a picture in the car, and someone really say, I'm not saying
It's me, bitch, and guess what? I remember the fuck I want to get. And my fault you don't have friends, and you don't understand that I could be friends with somebody, and my ex would also be friends with that somebody, so when that somebody comes to town, we could both hang out with that somebody. But here you are, right? Here you are, thinking you know it all, right?
she might sound country. For a long time.
No, it's not a lie. It's something that people think they know and are wrong about, you dummy. You understand that I can have friendships with people and not be in a relationship with them? Probably not. You're probably not. You're really upset to know that I have the same girlfriends for 30 fucking years. You're really upset about that, huh?
Okay. I suggest you look at your politician. 6 years, that you okay? For example, you can have a fine word.
You have gotten caught, Gabby, falsifying medical documents, right? It just so happens that every single time you share medical documents, telling others, right? What else? The words are wrong. You forget that. The only thing I blot out.
Word. I know. Wait a minute.
None of us are dumb enough to do that. None of us are dumb enough to do that, Gabby. You're the only one that is dumb enough to go to DCF and say, oh, these medical situations are for entertainment purposes only, and then you swipe up on the medical evidence to back up the claims on the internet. We're not stupid to actively prove that we are committing fraud. That's you.
You don't know. You're not. You don't know.
Oh, Gabby, I know you may not understand this. I know you're not understanding, so I'm trying to take it for you. The people that support me, Melissa, they don't cycle through every 3 to 6 months. There are people that have been here since I started this motherfucker, okay? So these people have been around me for years. Do you understand now? You become friends with somebody, you drain them of all of their energy, time, anything, and they trap you and move on because you exhaust them because you do not want to change. You're never going to change. You don't even try to change. And that is why you get what you get.
How many times have I ever said
Girl, listen, I could sit on this motherfucker and show you all day long what I want to do. Do you know that? And I don't know why people like you think that y'all have clout. You don't have clout. You don't. You have people that hate you, and you might have a community of like-minded people, but you are not. You don't have clout. Clout means influence. The only thing that you have influence of is making people want to be fucking violent. That's all. I appreciate it, sis. Thank you. Okay? That's the only fucking thing that you have influence on. Nothing positive. You don't fucking have to take anybody except for yourself. Stop saying it because you look crazy saying it.
Oh, do you? You don't see it,
Legit.
Legit.
Hey, Gabby. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell Lori Jones, right? I can get on this motherfucker and break it. With the amount of information that I know about y'all that I don't repeat for one reason or another. Most times, it's to try to minimize the digital footprint of the children that were born to parents like you. But don't think that I can get on this motherfucker, okay? And put a lot of things out there. I don't know what it is, girl, your brain is the problem here. That is what you don't understand. Anything that you think is twisted because your brain is what's sick. You don't realize what it actually is, right? Being like, I everything like that right now. And right now, it's weird to me that they don't understand that. Oh, are you mad at me yesterday morning? Is that the problem? I know. Oh, no. Is that the problem? She's just mad that nobody asked for her video. Oh my god, how is that?
Girl.
Oh my god, how fucking embarrassing. Hold on a second, okay? I'm dead. I thought about this actually. I thought about writing an honest version. I thought about writing an honest version of Gabby's book. This is so embarrassing. You can't take a message. You cannot sue us. You cannot be a part of us. We do not want any connections, any kind of doing. You must be a photo. That's how bullshit. Oh my god. I know the day in his life, right? I know, and I'm going to do it again my life.
It's a little thing. Just my take. Like I see, when I see all the time. I feel like God, you really fine. I think you understand. It's kind of your when I see that constantly from you.
I talk about this for people that just you are. They always do. Could it be? Yes. But so not that. Gabby, it's never going to be a thing. Stop trying to make it a thing. Probably wrong. Yeah.
You're not going to understand until you
start getting appropriate therapy and treatment. Not for what you imagine that you have like PTSD. The actual psychopathology that you have going on there. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't think she's capable. I don't think that she is capable of. Oh, listen, I'll tell you what. Right. Watch a book. Do you need somebody on the internet saying some mental research? Let's be serious. Yeah. I think there are a million fucking things you can do in that house. It's more productive than getting on the motherfucking internet and victimizing yourself. What the fuck? The things that you're doing on the internet and saying, that's why you have a reputation that you have, and I have a reputation that I have. Do you understand that? I explained this to you earlier. You spent the last 5 years molesting your kid, lying to manufacturing what you want to do on the internet, right? I spent the last 5 years proving myself that if I say it, I got it. And if I don't come back and fucking retract it or correct something I said, it was true. Anytime I make a mistake and say something that is inaccurate or not, or situation change, like autism, I will always come back and correct it. That's why we are on two opposite spectrums as far as reputation goes. That's what we told you to do did. You chose because you are so addicted to attention, good, bad, indifferent. You don't care. As long as you're on the internet, you don't give a fuck what does whoever does to. Case in point is C. He was such a because of you. Because you're too fucking busy to go face him on the phone to teach him, interact with him, show him. That's on you. Well, I didn't know what honesty is, and that is just crazy, so I need you to stop saying it. You don't know what honesty is. I know that's right. I didn't say so I can say. I'll give you my thing on So I fucking saying you will meet me in public and I will give you mental people. I don't think I will give you 20% why I get paid more. How about that? You're a bitch. Why you will anti-sexual or make you want to do? I will give you 20% why I will give you fucking money. Make me money. I'm getting tired of all y'all that are fucking my bag by being in full mouth, weak motherfucker on the internet and not back up the shit that you say and feel safe on the internet. So y'all, what y'all have to be about it? Hold on, I can see Brownie's life was she unhinged. I don't know if unhinged is the right word for you. It might be right. No, you're I'm gonna be I'm also the other day after I posted that video, right? Anyway, you can't do that. I am more than willing to do the internet favor and take the motherfucking charge at this point, okay? I will take the charge. But that's the point down. I'm fucking over it. So what y'all have to be perfectly capable of arranging a place to meet me, and I will take the charge. I'm fucking over it. I'm here to say I have grown children that are both successful in their lives. They make more money than you do, bitch. The fuck? One day, what are you trying to run now, Gabby? Huh? See, I don't know how you learned this lesson yet because you do all the time, where you say this stuff on the internet, right? You'll say all this shit on the internet, but you haven't quite learned that it crosses over into your real life, and that's concerning. Right, exactly. You mean out the wall. Let me I can't say I'm not listen to you. I don't know before. That's what I've been begging. Right? I've been begging. All right? Listen to me. Like I said, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I don't understand myself. Okay? Right or wrong? Okay, that's the difference. If I happen to have information that I know to be facts, I'm going to give it what I have permission to give, right? I will give that information to people publicly so that they can dictate, let you tell them over and over. I agree with you. I agree. I don't think it's going to be so you know people disagree and not be against anybody. You might not know that because you cannot take any constructive criticism. I appreciate it. You cannot take any constructive criticism. What you don't understand when people tell you when people tell you anything, you're taking it as an attack. I didn't see my I can't necessarily speak about it. Oh, right? What I can say, okay, thank you. But it doesn't matter. People tell me I'm wrong all the time. That doesn't mean our friendship. So what? That's the difference between people like you and people like us, all right? That doesn't end our friendship if people disagree with us. That's because you require an echo chamber, okay? You want people to pat you on the back and tell you you're doing such a good job when you look like this. You have fucking DCI in your life constantly. You have no job, no money, not supposed to be driving. That fucking 44 was embarrassing. And you really think there's nothing wrong with it, Gabby? That is unmental. That's what it's why? No, why? Wrong. And matter of fact, just so everybody understands, James sent me all of the screenshots, and I said, you're going to show anybody anything. I'm going to say the appropriate people so that they feel comfortable discussing what they know to be true. There's a very big difference here. I know sometimes it drives me insane. It drives me insane. You want to know the difference? You want to know the difference? I'm going to spell James proof. James proof is not screenshots of my chart that you will from the internet. It is actual documentation from Masra. Okay, I can say, but what I'm telling you right now, I am shocked that her attorney has not dropped out now. I can't believe it. Any attorney I could have, like, because she has ruined. And when I mean ruined, she has completely and totally destroyed any chance she has at a fucking case. Not that she had one anyway, right? I want to make sure that I don't think she had a case to begin with, but now there's no shot. No shot. Oh my god. I can't. I'm sure one for silly. I'm sure she has a follow-up on July 18th. Don't you worry, baby. I have a close I'm going to make sure that it can happen. I'm going to try my hardest to make sure that it can happen, and I'm going to be a part of it because of your being here. Okay? See, some of us don't just live in a house. Some of us have actual real connections in real world situations. But I know that you wanted a documentary. Remember the documentary of your book? Remember that, guys? You remember that? Huh? Oh my god. We don't give a fuck, thousands, bitch. Get right. Don't give a fuck. You don't like that so many people have such a strong opinion about you. Do fucking better. Tell me. That's not facts. Sure it is. Sure it is. Right, look, I know. I know. I'm so excited. That is weird fucking hate. Thousands of people cannot stand you. I know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. And I'm not a nurse, right? I might have the education, but I never have the license. I never practiced nursing outside of the facility. Absolutely hospital. Like, I never had an actual license. I don't know what you're talking about. I just put the truth out. I don't know what you're talking about. Who is that? You have a job. What? Y'all think that I work. It is so embarrassing to me. Maybe that's so much fun. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Even time. Waiting for words. That's not your people. I love you. There's information. That's
She's like, you
I love
her friends are
Okay, honey,
you know
I've never seen people be this jealous of this way. I've been like, my husband is this way. And maybe it's because I'm like this stuff. I have never ever seen somebody be so jealous that it literally is the driving force in every action they do. Does that make sense?
you know what?
Hey, Gabby, you want me to explain the difference? You see this right here? This is my chart thing, right? I have paper documents. I have paper documents. All right? Oh, my face, I don't know. It's not like now. Just you now. No? Oh, yeah, she does. All right, hold on, so you know.
those are videos meaning so like tomorrow or I do.
Yeah, no, you know what else, right? What is PS stuff, right? So you gotta make a difference, you know?
Hey, you're actually, let's just say,
Oh, God, that's all you fucking do, man. All you do is get this motherfucker and do exactly what you're supposed to do. I don't know what the fuck it is. Wait, what? I don't know. Hold on. Let me, give me 1 second. Let me do this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Listen, I don't know what's going on, right? So I can't tell you, and people keep going, I don't know. I just have to do it later. So I don't know what is going on. I don't necessarily care what's going on because it's not making a difference to me, right? So I don't know what's happening, all right?
but what I'm doing is, you being finally living one time, somebody's head.
No, I don't know what's going on, all right? I don't necessarily care either because it's not making a difference in my world. I told Steve I will speak to her when I end my life, and that's how I'm living it now. I don't know whose life. I don't care whose life. I know, Rabbit, can you send me somebody, please? And then you go to my about me section, all right? You're gonna see no payment apps, right? I know, Rabbit's pathetic. It's just pathetic, all right? I don't know what happened to Jamie, all right? I have no idea. I have no opportunity. I have no idea what's going on, right? I told Jamie I would speak to her when I ended my life, and that's how I'm gonna keep it. So I don't know what's going on with Jamie. I don't know what's going on with Granny. I don't know what's going on with anyone else, all right? Right, we're good now? Okay, hold on a second. I do this, all right? If somebody wants to pay on it, saying I will deal with Jamie after my life, and that's fine.
And then I'm your ass. Oh, you're gonna hurt me.
Bitch, listen to me. You can't afford a rat's ass. Let's be fucking real here, all right? So let me ask you a question, Gabby. Also, I'll see this all on you too, all right? If you're on social media to make money, right? You being on TikTok doesn't make you money, all right? I love money, right? Now, on top of that, I'm also going to clear up the fact that she gets a bigger percentage, okay? She gets a bigger percentage of the gifts that she gets according to interaction, all right? So if you are going into her chat and you are spamming her chat with comments, you're increasing her potential of getting a bigger percentage of the gifts that she gets, okay? So I'm gonna tell you again, stay out of there. Go watch on a replay channel, okay? So I want to know, Gabby, if you are on the internet because it's your income, all right? You're not making money on it. What are you doing? This is gonna get you shit.
I'm going to say
No, no, no.
because I know that
I'll do that, please.
No.
Zero's good. I know somebody thinks that, but zero's good. She's left, yeah. I'm gonna keep on with us. I think the
My point is, you say I'm trying to and let's just right now. How would all of you feel? If you went to work under oath and had to
you fucking lie under oath all the time. That's first of all, all right? Secondly, no, she was saying no, but we fix that. I can't do it from now. Okay? So we'll talk about it after we're done with testifying. How's that? How's that, Gabby?
tell us. Wait, without your minds.
No.
Wait, can I continue your minds? Well, I mean, I can do, would you have any money out of me last year?
I know what? What? What are you doing with Marie?
You should get out of this, I don't remember. It's like, you know, after all, I just do what I said.
Oh, God.
You know, I just what will it do?
They do. I don't give a fuck. I'm not like you, Gabby. Self-protects too much. Gabrielle Davidson. That's why he bothers you so much because deep down, you know, despite fixing your regrets.
Yeah, you mock Jesse. And you can have your experience, you know what it is. Do that. I'm going to do. I'm just by the way. Anyway. Ooh, that was scary. You know what I mean? This starting. Did you remember that? Is that the song? She's like, not the song, really.
I'm talking about zero regrets. I can't fix it while I'm live. I'm working on it. I'm trying. But I can't do it. Right, I'm here, y'all. I'm trying to fix something, but I can't get it done. Stay with me. Keep with me. I'm gonna have to deal with it on my hands, right? I do have Patreon. I'm ready to do it. I meant to do it yesterday, right? I didn't get to it because I was running errands super late, okay? Listen, wrap up. Go find my email and send it to money. Send it to okay? Good luck with that, right? I'm gonna do it on Patreon. I meant to do it yesterday because I could see on the back end, the issue that I see is that a lot of people, okay, if you don't have Discord access, it's because you signed up for the free membership. That doesn't come with Discord access, right? I can't do it live because if I do it live, I'm gonna have to personal information that I don't want to do, okay? I could see that if you have not accessed Discord, right, you have to check your subscription and make sure that you chose anything but the free one. If the free doesn't come with Discord access, right? Check that first. If that doesn't work, if it's likely that you did not successfully connect to Discord now, right? I'm going to go through it when I end, because I could see it in the back end, right? I'm going to go through it when I end the live, and I will be able to email the people and tell them why they're having the trouble that they're having, right? It's going to take me a bit because there's a bunch of people there, but I'm working on it. Yeah, I wish I would have that one, just to be honest. Right? Now on that note, all right, we're going to go really quickly to Ms. Kelly Tucker. We sure are. All right, at first, Johnny, your family's sitting on panel this week. I just thought that was a information video. I'm going to open my platform so that they can get on this bitch and tell us what kind of piece of shit you've always been. See, when I was with Laura the other night, okay, I said, you know, it really makes me wonder if he's always been this person, that he lied and told us, made us believe that he was somebody that he is not, okay? And that is what prompted me to open my DMs with Johnny and find that other image, all right? Now, I want you to understand, Johnny made a video saying that he was getting his mother. That's one of the things that had me open my DMs, because that is not the truth. It's Johnny, did you live with your mother? Yes, but you did not take care of her. You locked yourself in a bedroom, actually, and leash off your dying mother. Yeah, you did, all right? I just want that to be clear. Aside from that, all right, Ms. Kelly Tucker is on the internet claiming that I helped Johnny manufacture that image, right? So really quickly, okay, we're going to take our picture into Dropbox, all right? And we're going to discuss all the ways, number one, all of mine and Johnny's DMs have already been posted. Yeah, they've already been posted. So that's kind of strange, all right? Secondly, Kelly, yeah, rough day today. I'm not going to tell you why I posted it. All right, let's talk about this. Yeah, this one. So Kelly alleged that there was a kitten in this image, right? That I edited out. Isn't that what you said, Kelly? That's what you attempted to say, okay? That's what you attempted to say, right? And it's wild how she thinks that people aren't going to. People are going to notice that she just switched the lie, right? But for months, it has been I or Johnny. That picture is that I. That picture is that I. And because so many people have been saying, oh, that would be image, right? And I was going to make that image. She then changed it to I took the kitten out of this photo. And she was eating it, right? Let's talk about Kelly, right? I want people to zoom in on this photo. You can see a spoon, all right? You can see a spoon. You can see a rig, right? We all see that, right? All right, good. Okay. Aside from that, this is what she said. His fucking moron. She's so young, it's incredible, okay? Must still looking at the same picture of 6 months ago here. Why didn't you tell everyone how you edit the kitten out of that photo? No, just more like you're an anti and you're a fucking liar. You don't even have the fucking wherewithal to be honest about that. What the heck? What do I know? All right, what do I know? Okay, this is how fucking she doesn't give a fuck. Okay, yeah. So she's been saying for months that the first image was AI. That was 15 months ago, right? She's been trying to look at it. But that is an AI image. That's an AI image. Listen to me. Do you know how many people have tried to make that image and it comes back as a no, right? So anyway, let's continue, shall we? So Kelly says that the syringe is the syringe to feed the cat. What do you need this phone for, Kelly? Let's just say that that was a fucking image that was manipulated. Why do you need a spoon and a tie? All right? Why do you need a spoon and a tie if you're feeding a kitten via syringe? Huh? Yeah, I'm just wondering. Come again, Kelly. Come again. Any answer to that? What is that? Anybody know what that is? Trigger warning. Trigger warning. I know what, okay? What is that, Kelly? Right, the tie. What do you need the tie for if it's feeding a cat? All right? What exactly? All right? Never mind the spoon, right? What would we need that for? Who knows? Who knows? Kelly knows she does this lie. She's never real updates today. I don't know if she's aware of what's actually coming her way, but she will be soon. Okay, so let's go back, okay? Because why? Right? Why would you feed a cat with a tie? What would the tie be for? I don't give a shit what that is. Why would you feed the tie, Kelly? AI, right? And she doesn't understand, okay? Kelly doesn't understand that people now watch you switch that way, okay? Now, let's manage, shall we? I know what's happening. I know what's happening. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta switch your screen. Okay, I apologize. Okay. Now, watch these images, right? Let's pay attention to this photo, Kelly, right? You see the tie on her arm? We've got track marks on her hands, okay? We have a cup of water and a bent spoon, okay? So until one of y'all can come up with this image being made by AI, I don't know fucking game, okay? Johnny, as far as you're concerned, why haven't you emailed me so that I could buy your broke bitch self a fucking plane ticket to watch John rearrange your face? Huh? So Kelly, I suggest you find some proof. I know that's a software for you, all right? That I manufactured a motherfucking thing, all right? You're a liar. Today is the beginning of your undoing, all right? I don't know if you know that yet or not, but you will. You will. And I'm not talking about it. Not sure or not. Okay. So you and Johnny could stay mad, press. I don't give a fuck. All right. You're going to prison, Kelly. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen when I figured out that you fucking stole from these people over here and made people believe that we were friends when I was just helping you with legal stuff. All right. So again, JJ has been dropping all of I wish I knew. Okay. JJ has been dropping pieces of my messages with Kelly. Okay. And it is evident I did not know you were so many videos. All right. So you keep pushing the narrative of fucking months you said these photos were AI. Now I removed it out of them. All right. That's some crazy shit. Listen to me. Johnny's letters kids are beautiful children. Okay. Also, Johnny, the fact that you're allowing this fucking eating mother to get on all of these apps and fucking lie about your family that you got on this bitch and said that she was an N-word loving whore, you look ridiculous. Okay. You look ridiculous. All that girl did was try to fucking help you. And you're a fucking piece of shit. To download this app and talking about people that try to help you. But you keep showing your ass. We said we have so much fun. We said we have so much fun. Okay. Johnny, who's looking at a fucking pedophile. Okay. Sitting bitch in a fucking pedophile's car thinking you're doing something until you contact me so I can get you down here to take a fucking ass beat. I'm not gonna see you. Okay. I'm not gonna see you. But don't you get on this app and lie. Neither one of y'all can help it. That's the problem. That's the problem. So Johnny, don't start talking shit about your family because you treat them like shit and they found good friends. You put me in touch with Lyra when your mom passed away. Don't fucking get on this internet and act like I reached out to her. No, you put me in touch with her when you get drugged all over this bitch. And I defended you. That's how I started talking to Lyra. Okay. And nobody is spending a motherfucking penny on either of you fucking degenerates. Okay. The only way I'm spending money on you is to get you to Florida so you can get your fucking teeth laid out and I can never go on to the mortgage on my unit. That is the only thing that either of y'all are getting. Kelly, what she's saying, she's prison. She sure is. She doesn't know yet. But yeah, things are gonna pick up a bit for you, babe. All right. Maybe you should have applied to these apps and actually try to get the help that you obviously fucking need. All right. Good luck with that. It ain't any problem. I don't have to worry about a motherfucking thing. Y'all on the other hand, it's your problem. It's your problem. Listen to me. I'm John really hurting. And I'm sorry. Okay. But here's the thing, Johnny. All right. If you called Lyra's beautiful children, okay, the N-word, you probably should be getting on this motherfucker and talking about anybody else being racist. Okay, you probably should do that, all right? You probably should do that. But what I'm going to tell you is that number one, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you know what? Let me put that out, actually. Hold on, look at this. Did I put it in here? I don't put it in here. Give me a second. Yeah, we can put it in. Here it is. No, that's not anymore. Hold on, I uploaded it to Dropbox. Stay with me a second. I put the first one I put it in so that it came up. I can real quick, but I guess not. Hold on. Here it is. Hold on. Let me move the files. Stay with me. No, not this one. This one. Hold on a second. I'm just moving the files that I put up. Bear with me. This one. Okay, right? You don't know what you're talking about. Let me prove it real quick. Hold on. I get it. Where's the one? This one right here. This one right here. You're trying to see what he's talking about. And he doesn't. I know. Okay. You see this? You should come on. Yeah, Johnny, I go inside Johnny or Johnny. One or the other. Okay, one or the other. But that's what it is, right? Pay attention. Tattoos. Okay. John has never denied this being a part of who he was, but you don't get on this motherfucker and say those tattoos are covered as a motherfucking lie, right? Now, if anybody has experience, damn it, hold on. If anybody has experience, okay, with gang affiliation, right? You know that the second that you cover your patches, you're done. You know that. So I understand what you're talking about. But y'all keep trying to cover, it's not covered, you're wrong. You're wrong. Are y'all correct for track any of that? I know, so embarrassing, Tracy. It's the most embarrassing to me is that they show in the right record, there it says what the tattoo is, and they keep lying. They're covered. They've been covered. So that's embarrassing, right? When you cover a tattoo like that, you're done. Cut off. There's no affiliation there, right? No affiliation. Y'all should go do some research to figure out those tattoos have been covered since before I even met him, okay? They've been covered since 2016, okay? Forget it. Just forget it. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, I'll take a step further, Johnny. You want to go a step further? Hold on. This is how fucking dumb y'all are. Ready? This is how dumb y'all are, right? The fucking photo says left arm, okay? Thank you. Exactly. The photo that y'all have with the description says left arm. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, okay? You don't know what you're talking about. Whatever. Let's continue, okay? They've been covered. And if y'all knew anything about this, want to show this? Let's take it on this. This is the 2016 photo. This is the 2016 photo. You see it covered? It's always been covered. The entire time I know him, it has been covered. It's wild that y'all get on this motherfucker thinking you know it all, and you're fucking wrong. You're wrong. So should we wait for distractions? I'm just wondering. Covered. Here's one. There's the other. You see the arrows? You want me to show you? You want me to show you the covered? Covered. You don't know what you're talking about. And I told you, they were covered. And y'all chose to keep going, even though you had the FOIA, right, with the fucking tattoos listed. They're covered. They're covered. So when y'all get arrested, I'm just wondering. Now, he had a prison because he was affiliated before prison, okay? But he changed his life while in prison and didn't want ties to it anymore. Therefore, he covered his fucking patches and he kept it moving. I've been telling y'all, they're covered. Never. I would have never had anything to do with somebody that had them to begin with. Y'all want to do all this thing, you can't see it. Fucking 90% of my mother's family is black. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? There's something wrong with y'all. It is never, I would never, okay? I would never accept that behavior. Ever. And I've been telling y'all, they're covered. They covered the entire time I know better. Okay, go see the time you called children the N-word. Stay there. It is not my fault that y'all choose to not believe the words that come out of my mouth. Anyways, it's not right, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Right? They go to the fucking affecting me. You know, it affecting me. Not affecting me. You know, I gave me themselves with them. How do you fucking have the picture posted that describes his tattoos and still say I'm lying about it? Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. All right, I hope you all have a good day. Yeah, my name is That's true. That's true. Do you want to see me full life on? Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you. Listen, I wish, Mom. You want me to show you? I'll show you what you look like. Come on. I just got it. Hold on. I'll show you what it looks like before. Oh my god, these tattoos were so terrible. Do you remember that? Oh, you can see that. Hold on. As a matter of fact, how about this? He's the only one that had my name tattooed. How about that? Crazy. Hold on, I'm looking for you. I have the picture accounts before it was on, there's only 2 sessions. I'm looking for, hold on. Dropbox does like searches. Yeah. I'll show you this one thing out. I'll find like when you got it done, and I'll show it another time because I'm really like Dropbox right now. Hold on. But yeah, he's not the only one. Very similar places too, by the way. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. I'm telling you, yeah, that's wrong. That's when you got it done. So you could see, right? Let me do it. Hold on. Well, it wasn't. This is just the first session. It was just the first session. He got it finished like another time. I had it somewhere. It was gonna be in a different image. If that makes sense. But yeah, that one's over too. That one's over too. Fucking weird. It's so weird, right? But whatever. Yeah, I got this up. I will find another one. Oh my god, I heard that live was so embarrassing. Did you want to show me the phone quick session? I don't know what you mean. No, it's really twisted. It was twisted back. I'm just, okay, wait, I heard that live was super embarrassing. I heard live was every people again. That's so embarrassing. Chuckle, I don't know what you know. It's almost like you just don't understand. Why would I admit to shooting heroin crack but not getting back with the ex? It's fucking dumb. I don't have friendships with I friendships with. I should I heard. However, yesterday. Oh, Kelly. No, they know those photos are real. They do. But I want to see your name. I want to know this, right? Right, exactly. Right? But you get so upset that I told you to go get that shit from cut the fuck off. Thank you so much. What's up, what do you mean? How you doing? I'll let you know. I said, yes, quick, I'll let you know today. I will keep you updated on all my time. And I will see you soon. Remember, I have to fight this life and I will see you. Okay? I appreciate you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day.